And hello, welcome to Masterclass. Sorry, welcome to the show. My name is Ben Moseby. I was getting a really nice count there from Jamie, who normally goes 3, 2, 1, you're live. And he was going, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and and then, yeah, he started going, I won't tell you what he did after that. Anyway, welcome to the show. How are you? Lovely to have you with us. Start of a brand new week. Monday, here we are. Just as I thought, summer had arrived. Yeah, it was actually quite nice this morning. Popped to the shops in between shows and it's raining again. I ran to the shop in between shows and Nicola ran after me. We got some sustenance for the show. Bought the team candy. You know, got to keep going through the afternoon. But anyway, start of a new week. Lots of exciting stuff going on. We're masterclassing right now on the craft clubs. We've got 3 in a great bundle for you, which we'll talk you through over the course of this show. Must just point you to the big show that we've got coming up at 5 midday time Eastern. We've got our outlet clearance show on the website currently. I mean, just deals like I have never seen before on a whole host of items. Items selling for, well, items that are going to cost us, basically, because we have got deals from, well, what was the cheapest one today? About 40 pence. Unreal deals. Check out that section on the website and we will certainly bring you as many of those deals as we can in the show later on tonight with me and Leanne. As I said though, in this show, masterclass, so the opportunity for you to get involved, get interactive with us, ask questions about the craft clubs that we have got. Great deals coming up for you, as I've said, and we're going to go through them all and I'll take you through all those deals in just a second, but providing the inspiration and all of the ideas over the course of the next couple of hours is the lovely Lily. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Ready and raring to go. We are, as you've just said, we are masterclassing. I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Yeah.
The verb to masterclass. Well, that's what we're going to do for the next 2 hours. And we have got 3 fantastic, brand new to Crafters TV craft clubs. These are incredible. We've got 3 different themes. You've got your die cutting, you've got shaker techniques, and you've also got embossing folder techniques as well. So lots to get your teeth into, whether you're a brand new crafter that has never tried any of these techniques before, or whether you've been crafting for many years and you just want to sort of expand your crafty repertoire, so to speak. There's going to be something for everyone within these craft clubs. Really looking forward to this. We've got a 2-hour extravaganza. It was going to only be an hour. And I did speak to the team. I said, is there any way we can make it 2 hours? Because I've got so much to share with you throughout the course of the show. So we have got a 2-hour extravaganza as part of this masterclass, and we are ready and raring to go. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be a wild ride.
It is going to be wild. Now, if you were watching earlier on this morning, we've already had a little bit of a look at the die cutting bag. We've also had a look at the embossing folders club. We're going to be starting off with the Shakers Techniques bag, which we'll have a look with Lily in just a second. Let me tell you the deals, though, on these. You've got the Showstopper, okay, which is all 3 of them. Now, these aren't brand new per se. If you have been watching 8 to 10, you'll have seen them, no doubt. If you're a QVC viewer here in the UK, you will have probably seen them. First time we've seen these, though, on Crafters TV. So new to Crafters TV, the Showstopper is your die cutting techniques club. It is your shaker techniques club. It is your embossing folder techniques club. Within all of the goodies that you've got, when you're talking about the embossing folders, the dies, the shaker element, the cardstock, the paper, the embellishments, the tapes, and everything you've got in there, it's over 220 elements that you're getting across those 3 sets. You've got all the instructions that you need in word and picture form. You've got the digital references as well with digital Krieg, hey, we Krieg, hey. And also, of course, all of the inspiration from earlier on this morning and indeed from this masterclass too. If you go for the Showstopper, all 3 you will get for this price here. It works out that you're getting a buy 2, get 1 free deal. And then you buy this Showstopper, you can then buy another for half price, 1 of the 3. So if you've got one particularly that you like, if you're thinking, oh yeah, die cutting techniques, maybe I want to learn a bit more about that for myself and my friend, you can get a second one of the die cutting techniques clubs for free, or not for free, for half price. Or It may well be that you've already got some of these craft clubs and you just want more of the consumables. That might be the way that you go. But have a look, all the details on the website. If you just want to buy them individually as well, you can do that. So as I said, we dived in earlier on to the die cutting bag and also the embossing folder techniques. Let's have a look at the shaker techniques and then I'll say a few hellos.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what to say. Then I'll say a few words.
Then I'll say a few words, yeah, and a few hellos.
A few words about how wonderful this craft club is.
Yes.
And this is our fantastic Shaker Techniques craft club. This is brilliant. When it comes through your door, give the pass a little shake, you'll be able to hear all those fantastic sequins and all those lovely goodies that you've got within this craft club. First up, you are going to get your red liner tape stuck to the back. It does get everywhere. But you will get your fabulous booklet here, and this takes you through step by step all these different techniques. You've got top tips for when you're creating your shakers. And then you've got your words and your pictures for a range of different techniques that incorporate those shaker elements. So you've got everything from your gift tags, your card shapes, you've got gorgeous little tags there, aperture cards with your shakers, so many different techniques that you can learn within here. But like Ben has already alluded to, you do get digital Craig with this one as well. So you get all of those tutorial videos alongside the booklet. Now next up, let's bring to you what I like to call sort of like your crafty goodies, so to speak. So these are all the lovely elements which are going to allow you to actually create your shakers. So you get a massive, great big, it sounds like a lovely sequin pillow, isn't it?
Sequin pillow.
Sequin pillow. That's what I sleep on.
I was just going to say, I can imagine that's the kind of thing you sleep on.
Yeah. That's in the Lilly house. But you get all those gorgeous sequins included. Not just those types of sequins, that lovely salmony colour. You also get one of my personal favourites, your chunky glitter. You get 5 grams of that, but let's be honest, that the sort of weight doesn't mean it a lot. You get a full pot of that. You also get in some of your glass seed beads, great as a maraca. But those are absolutely beautiful in all of those different colourways. And then you're also getting your gorgeous crystals as well. Almost a little bit like some of you might remember those micro beads that we brought you many, many years ago. You might sort of remember those. They're a little bit like those. So those are all your goodies that you're going to incorporate into your shaker cards to make them have that gorgeous glittery shaker element. Then next up, let's bring to you the fabulous dies that we get as part of this collection. Now here you've got the ability to create apertures, so you can create an aperture with your love sentiment. You can create apertures with these beautiful frames, even with the pin dot detail in there. You've got the ability to create tags, you've got your extra embellishments, and you've even got some matching dies which will coordinate with some of the stamps. And the stamps are included, and these are just absolutely beautiful. You've got all of your sentiments included on there, and you've got that lovely little floral sort of bouquet to just finish off your makes absolutely beautifully. Then you've also got a set of sentiments, and these are sentiment rub-ons. Those are great for use on acetate as well as a range of different surfaces, not just your papers and your cards. Talking of paper and card, we have got a wodge full of gorgeous papers within this collection. You've got really lovely summer, bright zingy colour tones in here. You've got your polka dots, your florals, those lovely branches with the peachy tones, the rose pinks, even the greens as well for really fresh springtime cards. I'm looking at that one as well. I'm thinking that could be a festive makes as well, which would be super cool. Those gorgeous eucalyptus leaves. You've got your all your different leaves along that border, and you've got those floral borders. So a really nice range of different pattern papers within this collection. And then of course we're bringing to you the papers and the cardstock, all double-sided, which will match in colour tone to your beautiful pattern papers that we've just had a little look at. And then to match in with those, we're actually bringing to you some lovely seam binding ribbon, some really super thin ribbon there, which will fit through the loops of your tags, and also a little bit thicker, I'd say about 3-4 mil on those different colourways. Of course, with creating your shakers, you're going to need some of your acetate, and we are including that as part of this collection as well. Absolutely tons to get you started. And then finally, you are also getting the red liner tape that did stick to the back of the booklet, but you are getting that fabulous roll of your red liner tape, and we're also including as well some of your foam tape.
Yes.
This is brilliant because it can actually go around your curves as well, but you're getting a full roll of that to get you started with creating your fantastic shakers. So all of your shaker elements, all those gorgeous glittery goodness, you're getting your adhesives, you are getting your fabulous acetate, you're getting all of your ribbons or seam bindings, you're getting your coloured cardstock, you're getting your pattern paper, your rub-ons, which can go on a multitude of different surfaces, you're getting your stamps, your dies, and all the education, and we're even bringing it to you in its own storage wallet, which you can fit nice and easily into that binder. It's a fantastic, complete, comprehensive collection, everything you need to get creating your shakers, and that's just one of the 3 new to Crafters TV craft clubs.
Absolutely, and if you have got many of these, or indeed if you're going for the showstopper, it may well be you think, oh, it'd be nice to have a folder to pop those in as well. We do have the folder on the show, and those bags will fit very easily into that folder. The Craft Club folders they're $10.39 if you want to grab those, pounds or dollars if you're a platinum member, so absolutely worth, particularly if you're going for the showstopper. That's worth popping into your basket as well. Then you can store all of your craft clubs within. We have got Jan on the socials for this show, so she's going to be passing the messages through to me. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to know about with these craft clubs, feel free to fire them in. Lois joins us from Ohio.
Oh, hi. Oh.
Oh. Oh, hi.
Oh. Oh.
Violet Hastings says, good morning from North Carolina. Temperature is going to be out on the roof every day this week. So I'm thankful for my CC team and my stash to give me a good reason to stay inside. Temperature is going to be out. Oh, it's going to be out the roof. Does that mean
Maybe
hot?
that means really hot. Well, it's not going to be that here, let's be honest. Raining again.
It's going to be very much here this week in the roof. That's how cold it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I was laid in bed last night and I had this little thought. I thought, do you know what? I wouldn't mind a hot water bottle right now. That's how cold it's been. That's how bad it's got.
Yeah, I think Saturday when we went out to the Village Fete, we came back. We did get absolutely soaked, but I just for about 15-20 minutes just put the thermostat up to make the heating come on.
I was tempted, to be honest. It's been cold. It has been cold, and especially when it's rained so much, we get soaking wet through in the rain.
Yeah,
it's cold. It's not good. The UK is not the place to be. Let's be honest.
It's grim up north.
Aye.
Terry H is in from Iowa. Hello. Hello also to Lynn Morton, who says, afternoon, Lily, Ben, CCB community, and all the team from Newcastle.
Why?
Pat says, hi, Ben, Lily, Jan, and all my crafting friends from a warm but tolerable New Jersey this morning. What do you class as tolerable? Mid-20s for me, tolerable.
See, I quite like the warm weather.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like it when it gets into the 30s?
Yeah, the only time I don't like the warm weather if I'm trying to run, don't like running in the heat. Give me the cold any day, but any other time I love the warm weather. I'm not in the right country, clearly.
Well, no. Margaret Birch says, hi, beautiful Lily and lovely Ben.
Oh, hello.
Looking forward to this show. Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Zoe Carver says, afternoon all. I put the washing out this morning, but the clouds are threatening rain. I'm playing laundry roulette today.
Well, if it starts raining, Zoe, you've only got yourself to blame.
Exactly right.
It's like when you go out without an umbrella. You know it's going to rain.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Rosalind Russell says, good morning from Maryland. Hello.
Hello.
Christy Mahoney says, hello again, everyone.
Hello. Again.
And Kendall says, at least my fruits and vegetables that I'm growing are enjoying the rain. Yes, nice weather to be a fruit or a duck.
Yep, absolutely.
Right.
Or a snail, or a toad, or a frog. Just not a human.
A snail?
A snail.
Snails like the rain, aren't they?
Yeah. I was walking to work this morning, there was like snails all over the pavement. They're everywhere.
What's there?
Outnumbering the humans.
What's there?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Ah.
There's an uprising, a snail uprising in Newton Aycliffe.
It'd be very slow though, wouldn't it?
Oh.
A very slow uprising. Yeah. We're taking over.
Just slowly. We will. One day. We're getting there.
Right, let's get going. I'm relying on you guys to please ask some questions. Be interactive. It's a masterclass, so the onus is on you in this show, really, to get the questions in for Lily. Anything you want to ask about any of the craft clubs, any technique that you particularly want to ask about, feel free to do so. But we're starting off with the shakers.
We are. Well, we're starting off with my sequin pillow that, as we've just learned, I lay my head on that and have a little sleep every night. But how absolutely gorgeous are those sequins? So I had to show you these in our first demonstration. But let's go in first with our set of dies. And now you can see within this die set, this is your one, of course, from your Shaker Craft Club. It is jam-packed full of dies. You've got everything from frames, from sentiments, from little embellishments to your dies, which will match your stamps as well. You've got it all within this fantastic die set. But we're going to create a little frame using these beautiful hearts. So I'm taking my outer heart, which is going to cut that gorgeous solid heart into my cardstock. And then we've also got that inner die, which will cut that out as a frame, but also give us that gorgeous sort of stitchy detail into there. So we're going to take some of our beautiful cardstock that is part of this collection, which I just love this colour. It's just so bright, so zingy. So not like the weather that we can see outside.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys stateside who are looking at that and thinking, yep, that looks right like the weather that we've got where we are, but it's certainly not like the weather out there.
Send us some bright pictures. If you've got sunshine and blue skies where you are, can you send some pictures into the gallery?
Do we have to? Just make me feel even worse.
I think it would actually make me feel better though.
You think?
Yeah, just because then we could pretend that's what it was like outside here.
Well, I'm going to struggle pretending when I leave tonight, and it's absolutely bucketing it down once again. It is quite hard to pretend, but yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the weather for us. But we're bringing the sunshine into our craft rooms with this gorgeous coloured card. So we're cutting our two hearts together, which will create that frame. We're also cutting that lovely little heart embellishment and that slightly funny looking die, which is what is going to create a sort of tag shape to our heart. So it's going to form that heart into a tag rather than just a topper. So let's run that through our die cutting machine. A lot of the dies within this set will fit through your smaller machines, even like your Gemini Mini, but to create the largest frame within this die set, you will need your A5 size machine, so that's your Gemini Junior or your Gemini Midi. But if you are just cutting the smaller embellishment dies like we are doing here, there's no need for your larger machines. Your little diddy machines, dinky little machines will work an absolute treat. So there we've got our gorgeous frame cut from that really singy orangey cardstock. And I must say, these are not the sort of colours that I would tend to go for in my crafting. But I thought, you know what, I think we need to bring a bit of sunshine into our craft.
Bring the zing.
Bring the zing. Lily is bringing the zing. I think the reason why I chose these colours is I prepped these demos on Saturday and it was absolutely throwing it down all day at mine on Saturday. It was horrendous.
Throwed it down at mine as well.
Yeah, it was awful.
We were out for the Village Fete because it was sort of grey, wasn't it? And it was threatening. And then just as we got out to the Village Fete, it absolutely... it was bucketing it down, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I mean, because where I work in my craft room at home, it looks out onto the road outside, so I sit by a window and I could just see the water. It was literally just flowing down the road like a river. I was thinking, blooming heck, this don't look too good.
There was a couple of the sort of like marquees on the village green, not like the smaller ones. And do you know when it gets like so wet and then the roof begins to sort of dip in and you have to like get a stick to poke it to get all of the water off the top. It was horrible.
That's just a classic British summer fate, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if the sun was shining, you'd be like, no, not today. This is not the right sort of weather. This is not what we expect.
Let's wait for the rain. Come on. Yeah,
definitely a very, very British weather.
Lots of people turned out though, so it's that sort of stiff upper lip, isn't it?
Yeah, all in it together sort of thing. Definitely a very British way to do things. So what we've got here is I've die cut that same outer die without that inner die, and that creates our solid heart, which is going to be our backer for our lovely little shaker. We've popped our little hanging element behind there to create that into a tag. And then the only difference with this one here is I've die cut the solid again from acetate, so we've got some acetate behind there. And then you do get your foam tape included as part of the collection. But what you can do as well, if you do have the double-sided foam sheets in your crafty stash, what you can actually do is you can actually die cut those. So you can use those heart shapes and you can die cut those to create that continuous wall of foam all around the edge. And at this point, this is where we bring in my sequin pillow. So let's just decant some of those lovely little sequins into our shaker. Now, if you do find this a little bit fiddly, a little bit tricky to gauge how many you're popping into there, just bring out one of your funnels. It could be a little funnel you've got from the kitchen, or Ben did suggest this was a few weeks ago we were on a show. Feels like a lifetime ago now. We were talking about that shimmer spray self-care kit, which is not an easy one to get your teeth around at this time in an afternoon, but you get your little funnels in there, so you could use that to help you decant your sequins into your shaker. And just closing off the backing onto there creates you that really sweet little shaker fold of all those gorgeous sequins. We'll leave that to one side for just a few moments and we'll start to build up our card base. Now for this one we are going to create it's about a 7.5 inch by 5.5 inch card base, using some of these absolutely stunning colourways and papers from the collection. So once again, the same as all the craft clubs that we've been bringing to you so far, you've got the papers with the coordinating cardstock as well. So you don't need to go into your crafty stash and look for a coloured card that's going to match in colour tone to those papers. You've got it all included in the kit, which just makes it so much easier. But if you do already have a lot of papers, maybe like me, a little bit of a paper crafty hoarder, as I think a lot of you guys at home will know by this point, I love my cardstock and my pattern papers.
You've got one or two paper pads, haven't you?
Just a couple, you know. I don't like to go too crazy, do I?
No, not really.
Not really.
No.
Nah, just several. But if you're anything like
1,000.
me, and I've probably, and have a few, then you'll have plenty of papers in your crafty stash, which you can use alongside this kit as well, if you so choose. So you don't just have to use the papers in the kit. You can use lots of other goodies alongside. That choice is entirely yours. But let's bring in a few more of the pattern papers, and at this point it's just about layering, it's just about building up that card with all these different pattern papers with the corresponding mats. So every layer that we're matting onto our orange cardstock is going to match the one beneath it. So you've got that, as I always talk about, this sort of like design flow. So between the layers you've got that matching element so that everything's going to tie together nicely. Now my go-to when it comes to matting and layering when I'm crafting at home is always my Collal all-purpose. Quite often you'll see me on the shows working with one of my tape pens. Those are brilliant, especially if you're wanting to craft a little bit quicker. But if you're not quite so confident in lining up those mats and layers and you want to make sure you've got a little bit of wiggle room just to manoeuvre that into position like I'm doing just now, then your all-purpose is going to be perfect. It's just gives you almost like a little bit of a safety net. So you've got that time to get that matting and layering absolutely bang on. So same again for this little piece here, lovely little offcut that we've used there, nothing going to waste once again with our papers. So we've got all our mats and layers all laid up and good to go. So we've got our strip, we've got our main card base, we've got a slightly larger one that's going to go onto our backing, and we've got our smaller one that's going to create a topper. So then let's bring these together and start to mat and layer this card up. You know what I'm like for my foam tapes, of course, foam tape is going on the back of this one. How many rolls of these I get through, it is... yeah, it's a little bit scary.
Lot.
It's a lot. We don't put a number on it because that would be quite scary. So we just say quite a few.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. You are getting your foam tape in the kit included as well, and that's a really nice thin foam tape, so that's ideal for your shaker cards. It just allows you to get into all those little nooks and crannies, which makes it a lot easier. Our other strip is going to go down the centre of that. So we're just starting to build together our layers, starting to build together this composition. Although we're focusing on a smaller die for this particular card, so our little tag die is only a dinky little die, you can still build up those layers and build up larger cards if you so choose. I love that. I love the fact that you've got that versatility.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those funny things. My cards always used to be really quite small, and I feel like they've got bigger and bigger over the years.
Your cards have got bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
as you've grown up and got bigger and bigger. The cards have grown with you over the years.
As I've grown up into a real human, the cards have got bigger. I think it's one of those, I struggle to make choices when it comes to my crafting. I sort of want to throw everything at it. And I think that's probably got something to do with it. My sort of biggest card in the past, when I used to do a 6x6 card, I used to think that was a big card. These days I'm like, oh, 6x6, small little card we're making today.
What's the biggest card you've done?
Oh, blimey. See, 8x8 is quite a common one.
Yeah.
But I have done some quite large, like slimline ones, so maybe like 8" by 10".
Oh, okay.
But then I love a scrapbook page as well. I do like my scrapbooking. But then I always say that's almost like a big card, just with photos.
Big card.
Big card with photos, that's all it is. So yeah, big cards allow you to add lots of crafty goodies on, which I think is always a good thing.
It's the cutest of cute little shakers in this set, isn't it?
It's so sweet. So you can create like a whole card front that's been a shaker, or you can go just like we have done here and create that as a tiny little topper to go on the centre of your card. You do get ribbon included in the kit as well, so if you want to thread some of that seam batting ribbon through that little loop, then of course you can do that. Quite a simple card, this one, but I think the colours are really what makes it really quite bright and happy. Maybe it's going to be just a sort of just because thinking of you sort of card. I think that'd be really quite sweet. But we've taken the Make-A-Wish sentiment from the stamp set. Then the only thing to do, just to finish it off, I thought we'd bring in some of these cute little hearts that are also included as part of that die set. Now you could, even if you wanted to, you could be cutting these and adding these into your shakers as almost like little confetti. You can be doing that too, so lots of options. You don't always just have to use the sequins and the glitters that you're getting in the kit. You could be using other goodies inside that shaker if you so choose. I just love a shaker. I just think they're so much fun. And they're one of those, when you give them to non-crafters, they're sort of like, wow, how on earth did you do that?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, have you ever been in the shops? Because I don't think I have. Not that I look at the cards in shops very often, but I don't think I've ever seen a shaker for sale.
I'm with you on that.
And if you did, I'd dread to think how much it would cost, because you know how much they cost when you add a gem on or something like that. But you can create all these yourself using the papers, using the cardstock, some of those dies with your sequins as well, and that stamp sentiment. Pretty much everything apart from that card blank is included in the kit. The acetate is included, your foam tape is included, tons included in that kit. And you can get creating just like that straight away as soon as you get this craft club home.
I think as well, Sissy, like you say, I struggle with colour combinations sometimes, but CC folks seem to always know what works with what. I think if you do struggle with colour combos, again, these kits are brilliant because you've got all of your colour card to match with your papers. So I think it just makes the whole process really, really simple.
So all I did there is I chose my pattern papers and I chose the cardstock and everything's in the kit.
Yeah.
So I'm not having to look through hundreds or thousands of paper pads to find things that match. Everything's in the kit and it just makes it so easy. So what a great place to start. Maybe start learning those colour combinations that work. Then you can translate that to other items you've got in your crafty stash too. Yeah,
they're definitely a great place to start. Like the craft kits that we did previously, everything is in the box, everything that you need, and of course you get all of the inspiration as well. I love the cards, says Wendy. The low level of commitment to the shaker element is spot on. Connie says that Mai Tai and the colours that Milady Lily is working with now just brings on the sunny, relaxing feels. It's all about the feels. There's not much feels when it comes to the weather though. Anne from the Twin Cities in Minnesota says, I wish I could help you with sunny picks. Alas, it has been raining for days and will continue to do so for the next several days. That's like it is here. Really. It's continuing to rain and it will continue to rain probably until about September. Sissy says, we need rain here in North Carolina. Sissy, take some of ours. Honestly, if you need some rain,
got enough.
We are happy. We're giving free rain with every purchase today. Just take it away. We'll have some of your sunshine from Carolina. That'd be marvellous. You said your garden's in need of it. Terry H says, I can't help with sunny pictures either. It's cloudy and windy and rainy here. Few quick hellos. Hello to Connie who says, good morning, my Lady Lily.
Hello. I like that, Lady Lily.
Milady. And my Lord Ben, and the Royal Court at Crafters TV. We have got Queen Nicola and Jamie the Jester in the gallery. Hello to its avid and loyal people, says Connie. I'm really enjoying this. Another masterful day today with this great team, you say. April says hello from Vermont. We are under a heat advisory this week. Good grief.
We are below plunging temperatures.
Yeah. We're under a non-heat advisory. How hot is the heat advisory? What we're talking there? Let me know. Christian Mahoney says it's going to be in the 90s all week in upstate New York.
Good grief.
That's hot. We have got some sunny pics actually to show you. Dawn Valley says, love your shirts, Ben, and nice nails, Lily.
They're getting changed tonight. It's new nail day. As soon as I'm finished tonight, up to the nail bar. I have to make the hardest decision of the month. What colour?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking pink.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so predictable. Pink and glittery.
Pink, squovels.
It's got to be squovels. We always know that, always a squoval. But yes, new nail day today. Very exciting day for Lily. You can tell I lead a very exciting life, don't you? Maybe.
Nail night, sleeps on a sequin pillow. I mean, come on. And just a quick question before we move on.
Oh, yeah.
Karen says, when I do shakers, the sequins and all the goodies seem to stick. Is there any way that you can stop this?
Absolutely, yeah. One thing is, if it's overfilled, then that can be one reason why they don't shake. But another one is going with your anti-static bag inside of your acetate where it's going to touch your sequins or your glitter. Give it a little dust over with your anti-static and you'll be good to go.
There we go. Sage advice indeed. Any more questions? Fire them in. Thank you, Karen. You're doing what we would expect on a masterclass, asking questions, and that's what we want. Showstopper, 3-piece collection, buy 2, get 1 free. So you're going to get all 3, the embossing folder, the die cutting techniques, and of course your shaker techniques, which you've just seen. We are going to see all of these in action over the course of the show. Fire in any more questions, and whilst you go for a quick break, head to the checkouts. Check out the sales section on the website. There are prices, honestly, that you will have never seen before. Ridiculous deals across the board. So go do that, and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. Yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Hi. Christy Mahoney says, I sent in a picture of the sun. The what?
What's that?
Sun.
I'm sorry, we're English. You'll have to explain to us what
What
that
is
means.
that? What is
We
that?
don't know.
Apparently, if you zoom in, it looks like a rainbow.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh yeah, you can. We can't zoom in, but I'm gonna zoom myself in to the telly. Oh yeah, you can sort of see it like on the left-hand side of, what is that thing called again? That yellow thing? The sun. Yeah, you can sort of see that on the. Yeah, it looks pretty. Looks warm. Looks nice. Oh, Pat.
Oh,
Pat.
that's idyllic, that, isn't it?
That is Delaware Memorial Bridge. Going from New Jersey to where? Delaware. Where? Delaware. That looks, isn't that warm, blue skies. She sits along the river to de-stress and think.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Just listening to the sound of the river hitting the shore.
Oh, see, I'd be down there bringing me colouring, a few pens, a little bit of colouring by the water in the sunshine. Oh, I'm
the
there, mentally I'm there.
Shall I go take a picture
Of the car park.
at the car park and you can see what we've got today?
It's very romantic.
I will. And when Lily does her next demo, I'll take a picture of what
You
we've
best
got.
come back is all I'm saying. You best come back.
Please, can you keep sending in pictures of sunshine? What's this next picture of?
Oh,
Rosalind says
Bombay.
it's sunshine and deer, a mama deer and the 2 baby calves.
oh, gorgeous.
Very cute. That brings sunshine in another way, doesn't it?
But just you wait till you see our car park outside. Beautiful.
I'll
Talk about idyllic. Gorgeous.
I'll go and take a picture in a second, but can you please keep sending in pictures of the sunshine? Because I feel like I need it just to cheer me up. We'll show a few more in a bit. Wendy says, hi everyone, it's a lovely sunny afternoon in Newcastle.
Newcastle? What Newcastle's that? It's not our Newcastle.
That must be Newcastle, Australia, I
It's got to be
feel.
somewhere
like.
else. Can't be here. Blooming heck.
Well, maybe the weather's changed. I'll go and take a picture anyway in a minute. Maybe it is sunshine out there now. Jenny Barger. Hello, Jenny.
Hello.
Says it's going to be 94 today. Thursday's going to be close to 100.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Jenny,
like-
where are you? Let me come and visit you.
That is nearly 40 degrees, isn't it? Catherine Wood says, sun's peeping through clouds in Dudley, the West Midlands. No rain here. P.S. These kits are fab. And Gaz is back saying, hello, Ben and Lily and the awesome CTV crew and a lovely social superstar. Thank you, everyone. Any more questions, send them through. Any more pictures of sunshine, send them through. Studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. We're going to carry on with the Showstopper collection. So we've looked at the shakers. Earlier on, you unbagged the embossing folder techniques bag, but we didn't demo with it, did we?
We didn't, and I think it's high time that we did just that. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to do. I'm actually quite excited about this one because I do always say I don't use my embossing folders as much as I should. And I was having a little look through the booklet that you get as part of your craft club over the weekend, and there was a technique in there that I'd never tried before. So we are going to do this technique live on air, and it's a pretty funky one. It's pretty fun. So what we need for this one is we need 2 different embossing folders. So it works really nicely if you've got one which is a nice all-over sort of background design and one that's more of a focal element. They don't have to be the same size as these aren't here. They don't both have to be both 2D or both 3D because the one we're using, which is our background, is 2D and then our foreground is going to be 3D. So let's start off with our background. This gorgeous, it could be confetti, it could be fireworks, it could be falling snow, or it could just be a lovely background design. And we're going to take a piece of that gorgeous navy blue cardstock that is part of that craft club. And because it's double-sided, it doesn't matter what side of the folder we pop that into because it's going to equally give us that same result. And that's just going to be going inside our folder like so. Now this is a 2D embossing folder, and with our 2D embossing folder, super simple plate combination. 2D means 2 cutting plates, so 2 and 2, so you need 2 of your cutting plates to sandwich that through, and that's just going to run through your die cutting machine just like so. As long as I can line up my plates, there you go. So those will fit through your smaller die cutting machines as well as your full-size Gemini 2 that we're using here, but just for speed we're going to carry on using the same machine that we were using earlier. So here you can see we've run our piece of cardstock through our die cutting machine, and you've got that absolutely beautiful design onto there with your falling snow, your confetti, whatever that might be. You can't see it that well, but it does look equally as gorgeous on the deboss as well as the emboss. But now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So we've already got an embossed piece here. We're going to take another embossing folder though. This time it's that beautiful floral design. Making sure we're feeling that raised design because we want the embossed side for this. So we're feeling that raised design, making sure that is the right way around. Having that embossed design facing towards us, and we're actually going to sandwich that into our embossing folder. Now this time this one is a 3D embossing folder, so that means we need 3 different cutting plates. So we're going to take out one of the cutting plates. We're going to have 1 cutting plate there. We're going to have 1 which is our magnetic shim, which is plate number 2.
Yeah.
And then finally we've also got our frosted shim which goes over the top. So 3 plates for 3 of your 3D embossing folders.
You might have mentioned, but I was too busy going outside taking pictures.
Well, yes.
Just have a couple of questions about the embossing folders.
Yeah.
Will these all go through the MIDI?
Sorry, say again?
Will they all go through the MIDI?
MIDI.
MIDI?
MIDI.
MIDI?
So yes, they will. So the smallest, the largest one is about 6 by 6.
Marvellous.
So there you go.
Good news.
That's your largest one. So great news for you MIDI users at home.
MIDI?
MIDI. Like it went up about 10 pitches there, didn't it? Good grief. So how funky is that? So embossed our falling snow design first, which stays in the background. It gets a little bit flattened, so it's just going to give you that really subtle design in the background, and then you've got that gorgeous 3D embossed floral into the foreground. But just to make this come to the fore a little bit more, we're going to go in with one of our Harmony Water Reactive ink pads in our Noir Black.
Yeah.
Taking our blending tool, and all we want to do for this part of the technique is we want to make sure that we're applying that colour just around the edges, so we don't want to go over the flower if we can help it. I mean, if we tickle the edge a little bit, that's no issue whatsoever, but for this sort of two-step technique, the first part being our inking, we want to just tickle the edges and sort of pick up a little bit of that dotty embossed design that we've got in the background. Super cool that you can actually combine more than one embossing folder to create your background and your foreground. So we had a 3D embossing folder on the top, and then with a 2D embossing folder on the back, it's almost like a 4D, which is really, really quite funky, and a fabulous technique that you can try out with lots of different embossing folders, not just these two that we're using here. So there you can see we've highlighted that dotty design around the edge that little bit more using one of our water reactive ink pads, and that gives us that gorgeous sort of vignette detail, so where you've got that darker around the outside that fades into the centre where you've got that design which is a little bit paler. But we want to pick up those gorgeous florals a little bit more, and this is where we're going to bring in our gilding wax. Now it's almost rubbed off on the label, but this one is Empire Gold. But of course you could be using any of the gilding waxes. They're all going to work a treat. This is one of my favourite techniques. I love gilding waxes. Now the key thing with gilding waxes, if you've never used them before, less is more. It's that old saying, isn't it? You can always add more, but you can't take it away. And that is so true with your gilding waxes. So start off really, really gently, really, really lightly. And then you can build up that colour, build up that metallic sheen as much as you so choose, or you can keep it really, really subtle if you want to, so that choice is yours. So building that colour up onto there. Now I find personally it's a lot easier, and I find I get a lot more control by actually going in with my finger rather than any sort of tool or applicator. I just find it a lot easier to actually get that gorgeous gilding wax onto our design. So we're just going to go and add our gilding wax just to the centre portion where we've got our florals. We don't want to extend it out to the edge too much, but you can see it's picking up the florals, but also that extra texture that we've got onto there using that lovely dotty embossing folder in the background. And it's just a case of building up your gilding wax onto there as much as you like. Little by little you're going to start to bring that design out and really make it pop and give you that amazing metallic lustre onto there. It really looks like metal. It's incredible.
It does. Very beautiful.
Love this technique, and it's so super easy. Anybody can do this. You don't need to have ever used embossing folders in your crafty life before. This can be the very first time you've used an embossing folder, and you're still going to get that amazing finished result. Now I'm just going to wipe that off our mat before we get inky and gilding waxed fingerprints everywhere, which is half of the fun, let's be honest. I mean, I do love getting inky, and it's one of the fun things that you can do with your embossing folders. You can get really inky with all your different styles of inks. Now we've built up that design. What you want to do is just want to buff over that embossing embossed design where you've got the gilding wax, and that's going to give you even more of a shine onto that beautiful design. But let's start to pop this card together with some mats and layers. So to really frame that gilding wax that we've got onto our embossed design, we're going to add a thin matten layer of some of our gold mirror cardstock, and that's going to highlight that gorgeous embossed detail a little bit more and draw your eye into the centre. So a nice thin little border of our gold all around the edge, just making sure that's nicely sort of adhered into position onto that matten layer, and that's our topper, all good to go. When that catches the light, doesn't that look absolutely beautiful?
Have you got any tips on storing gilding wax? As Rosalind says, she'd like some tips on storing it so it doesn't go hard.
Oh, there's one of the buddy bags that I use, and I can't think the name of it, but there is a buddy bag.
It's Edna, isn't it?
Edna, that's the
one.
one.
Is it? I think.
I think it's Edna. It's a long, thin one,
and
you can fit all 5 of the gilding wax in there, and that's how I store mine, so you know where they all are. But in terms of drying out, you just need to make sure that that lid is firmly on. As long as you've got the lid nicely screwed onto that pot of gilding wax, you shouldn't have an issue at all. It should not dry out.
Is it worth putting like a protective layer over the top of it as well, you know, like we say with the glitter paste, or is it not?
I'll be honest with you, when you get them home, you do get that little, it's like a little circle of card, if you like, on the top. I always keep that on mine. One of the reasons as well, you'll have seen that when I took that gilding wax out the pot, I just popped a little bit onto my glass mat. But what I do with mine at home, I keep that little card insert on top, and then I actually splodge the gilding wax out on that to dab off the excess. So I do keep that that little light lid in the pot, but you'll see the one that I've just used then, it's the one that we keep in the studio, and we don't have that card insert in there. As long as you keep the lid screwed on, you'll be absolutely fine. It's different to a sort of a glitter paste in that it's not really wet, it's not water-based. The difference with these is they're not water-based gilding waxes, which means that they're not going to dry out as easy. As long as you make sure you've got that lid nice and firmly on, you will be absolutely fine with those, and they'll last an awfully long time. I know all of us on the team, myself, Craig, the two Debbies, we've had ours for years and years and years. Because like you've seen there, you use such a small amount, they're going to last you a long time as long as you keep that lid on. So yeah, top tip. And you don't need to worry about storing them upside down on their side, right side up. It doesn't matter whatsoever. No. I'll be honest, wherever that bag fits within that storage on that day is the way around they're going to go. Yeah. But keeping them all together in that same storage bag just means as well that you know exactly where they all are.
And Poor Princess just says, the binder, is it the same size as the one that came with the layout collection? Well, Poor Prince, there's the binder which you can get individually. If only I had the layout collection folder here. I mean, that would be useful, that you could measure it up. If only I had one to do that.
If only.
Yeah. I just don't know if I... Oh, hang on a minute.
What's that?
Look, there you go. You see? Ever prepared. It's so much bigger. It laughs in the face of the layout collection binder. Ha! You think you're big? I'm bigger.
Ooh.
Just look. There you go. There. So it's quite a lot bigger. I went out and everything whilst Lily was demoing to find that in the library. I did that just for you, Poor Prince ×4. I did that for you. Because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, he's a man of the people.
I am a man of the people.
Man of the people.
I am.
Getting those storage folders, answering those questions live and interactive.
Yeah.
But there we go, that's a simple little technique, using almost like a two-step embossing technique, using your background embossing folder and your main one on the front, using both your inks and your gilding wax. You guys at home can create that as soon as you get this kit home. You've got the gorgeous embossed design in there, you've got the sentiment stamp, you've got all the education in that booklet as well. You've got everything you need to get started creating fabulous cards just like this one.
Absolutely brilliant. I love the subtle dots, says Cindy, showing up the flowers. I've never done double embossing like that, but I am going to from now on. Connie says, ooh, that touch of gold gilding wax is so gorgeous. Hi to Jane, who's in with us from Las Vegas.
Woohoo!
Woo! And Wendy Graham, do you know Wendy who said it was sunny in Newcastle? It is sunny in Newcastle upon Tyne. Can you send the sun like about 40 miles this way, please? That would be marvellous if you could do that. Is Newcastle about 40 miles, is it? 30 miles.
About that, 30, 40, yeah. So.
Beautiful card, Lily, says Pat. Thank you also for the tip about the gilding wax.
You are very welcome. I have to say, I've had mine for years and I've always been fine, so you should be all right. Keep that lid on, you'll be golden.
Or silver, if you go for the silver one.
Well, yeah, it depends. But there is 4 gold, 1 silver, so you're more likely to be golden.
Could also still be silver as well, though, if you use the silver one.
This is true. Oh dear.
Anyway, we're going to take a short break right now, give you the opportunity to get your carts and your baskets checked. And when we come back, we are going to see more of your photos. I believe we've had some more sunshine photos sent through. And of course, we've still got more of these craft clubs to take a look at. Don't forget, we've also got that outlet clearance sale show coming for you later on. You can shop the show right now. The deals are like you've never seen. It's all there on the web, so have a good look, and we'll meet you back here in about 2 or 3 minutes time.
Tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it, that gives us all a massive buzz. can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great. And if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Ooh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
That, the picture you just saw there is pretty much what the weather's like here today in Newton Aycliffe. It's pretty bad. We're going to should we have a look at some pictures? And then we'll do some comments, and then also we'll just show you exactly what's in the bag for that embossing folder techniques. Thank you so much. I knew I could rely on you, our trusty viewer, to send the pictures into the sunshine. Olga, this is your picture of the sun. I'm trying to remember where Olga is. You've not put on your email. I do my very, very best to try and remember you all. I do know you, Olga, but I can't remember exactly where you live. But tell me, wherever you are, the sun's shining. So, I mean, we've got a lot of time for that. It looks very warm as well. Thank you, Olga. Cindy. Cindy is in Texas. What is that? Is that a swimming pool, or is that a pond? I was a pool in the foreground and a lakey pond in the background. That looks warm as well, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks nice, yeah.
Well,
might be in there.
What I wouldn't give right now for to be sat there in the sunshine, blue skies.
We could be broadcasting from there, couldn't
By
we?
the pool.
Yeah, we certainly could. Crafting by the pool. Why not?
Crafting by the pool. And then you go from beautiful, beautiful Texas with Cindy to... Oh, depressing, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful. Look at that car park. Absolutely wonderful, that.
What I've tried to do there with that picture, as I took that picture, I've tried to capture Nicola's car, the orange car there, and just pretend that's the sunshine. Because above it, you can see it looks like some kind of... I don't know what it looks like. It looks like some massive storms are coming.
It does, doesn't it? That sky looks awful, doesn't it? Oh, dear.
So, yeah, that's what we've got today. And it's literally about 10 degrees out there, I think. It's horrible.
10 degrees, wow, in June.
Yeah.
Tropical.
I mean, it's bad weather even for English standards
Yeah.
this summer. It really, really is.
And we've got very, very low standards of the summer,
Yeah.
if you may.
Yeah, we do. Lots of love for Lily's card. Pat says, I've got the Craft Club collection on auto ship from 8 to 10. I found I can put 3 to 4 kits in one of the binders comfortably. And Geraldine Sadiku says, good afternoon, Ben and Lily. It's sunny on the west coast of Scotland. I tell you what, it's even sunny in Scotland. And they never see the sunshine up there. Wow. I tell you what, let's put a bit of sunshine into your life as we just show you everything you're going to get in your embossing folders technique. So what you've just demoed, Lily, this is what we get, isn't it?
It certainly is. You're getting everything included in this fantastic plastic storage case as well, which will fit in that binder too if that's how you're choosing to store yours. So first up, it's all about the education with these craft clubs, and every single craft club that you go for will include these step-by-step instructions teaching you a range of different techniques, maybe brand new techniques, maybe techniques you've never seen before, techniques that you used a number of years ago, go, just sort of reinvigorating your crafting. You've got all of the different photos there, and you've got all of the words as well, taking you through step by step all of those incredible cards that you guys at home can create using this kit. But as if that wasn't enough to have it in the booklet form, you've also got all of those video tutorials courtesy of our very own Digital Craig via that QR code, so you can watch them all in video form as well. Now, you are getting tons as part of this craft club, absolutely loads and loads of embossing folders, and that's what I'll show you first, because this is sort of like the key cornerstone, if you like, as part of this kit. So you're getting your fabulous square embossing folder that we've just used in that demonstration, 2D embossing folder with that one. Then you are also getting your lovely, almost like a studded leather 3D embossing folder, incredible depth and curvature to that embossed design. Another one that we've just used in that previous demonstration is that embossed floral bouquet, 3D once again with that one. Another stunning 3D floral embossing folder with that rose, looks incredible, bringing your pens or your inks onto there to really colorise that and bring it to life. And then you've also got what reminds me of almost like a flocked wallpaper with that stunning damask design, once again 3D on that one. So you're getting all of those fabulous embossing folders included, which allows you to create all those different techniques. Then as well, I have missed one. You do get one more of your 2D with your fabulous chevrons, super funky and super modern with this one. Tons you're getting within here. Let's go to next our fabulous set of stamps that you're getting as part of this kit. You're getting your just a note, thank you, sending love and congratulations, all clear stamps with those. Then you are also going to get some of your cardstock panels. So white cardstock here that you can emboss using the folders and then colorise as you so choose. Yep. You're also getting some of your watercolour cardstocks. If you want to do those amazing painterly techniques onto embossed designs, you can of course do that with that selection of your watercolour cardstock. You are also going to get your coloured cardstock. So like we've just seen in that last demonstration, you can be embossing your coloured card, adding your inks, your gilding waxes, or just leaving it as it is. It's going to look equally absolutely stunning. So all those different really rich, opulent colourways included. Then perhaps you want to try a little bit of a different technique that maybe you've never tried before. Well, how about embossing vellum? And we've given you the vellum to do just that as well. Looks incredible. Looks so almost like your parchment white work, which is just amazing. And then you're also getting your sanding block, which we don't have here. Somebody has unfortunately ran off with that one. But you're also getting what I first thought was somebody's old bandage. Don't worry, it's not.
So funny. Like it's fallen off someone in the warehouse.
Oh dear, I've been given somebody's bandage, a little bit more than I bargained for, but don't worry, it's not somebody's old bandage. This is a piece of our dust it sheet. That's ideal if you are embossing and then sanding it back using your now absent sanding block. You can then just dust away those little sort of dusty bits of cardstock nice and easily using this, and it just makes it a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier when you are tidying up. So you're getting tons within this. You're getting your sanding block, you're getting your somebody's old bandage, otherwise known as a dust it sheet. You are getting your vellum, you're getting your cardstock in both your coloured and your white. You're getting your watercolour cardstock. You are getting your amazing stamps. Love those sentiments. Gorgeous font to those. You are getting not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 embossing folders, and you are getting all of your education as well. As if that wasn't enough in itself, we're also even including the storage. So all you need to do is pop that in your binder and you are good to go. Amazing value, great for learning those new techniques as well.
What more do you want? Great price. Showstopper brings you all 3 of those craft clubs, and of course you only pay for 2, you get the 3rd one for free, giving you that price of $47.98 or $47.98. Folders available as well, so that's available as an individual buy. If you're going for the Showstopper, all 3 of those items, not only do you buy 2, you get 1, but then you've also got the bonus buy of being able to buy one of the individual craft clubs for half the price once the Showstopper is in your basket. Thank you so much to Olga. Oh, Olga, your picture that you sent in, and I couldn't remember where you are. You're in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Yes. Looks like gorgeous weather there today. Liz R says, hi, crafty friends. Hi to Lily, Ben, and everyone at Crafters TV.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. We've got Jamie and also Nicola in the gallery today. And a chicken by the sound of it.
Oh.
What was that noise then? James, you just go, wah, wah. Oh, whoop, whoop. I thought you went, wah, wah. Jessica says, I like the booklet note section. I write down plate combinations, ideas, tips, and I pick up. Yeah, absolutely. There's a little note section in the back of each of the booklets, so you've got the ability to be able to do just that. We've still got another hour to go on this show, so make it your hour. I know we're going to be having a look next after the top of the hour into the die cutting club, but if there's anything particular that you want to see from any other of the bags, any other hints and tips, any questions that you want to ask, then we would be delighted to receive those questions and answer those over the course of the hour. And also just worth mentioning that we've got our third and final offering in, well, just over 2 hours' time with our outlet clearance show. It is going to be one of the most fast and furious shows I think we've ever done. Leanne is in for that show. It is 1 hour at 5. That is midday Eastern. That is 11 a.m. Central. That is 9 a.m. Pacific. The deals are going to disappear. We've got, how many pages of deals have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5 pages worth of deals for you, right? And deals starting as low as, I'm not even kidding you, platinum price, about 40p. So tip from the top, make sure you're with us and do make sure you check out the deals. They are all there. If you click on the Crafters TV icon on the website, it will take you to that page and shop it right now because the deals are amazing. Hello, if you are just joining us this afternoon here on Crafters TV, just gone 3 o'clock here in the UK. It may be miserable outside, but it is far from miserable here in the studios. As always, we are bringing you the fun, we're bringing you the education, the entertainment, you're bringing us the interactivity and sending us your pictures and sending us your questions, and that's what we love. We are here for a masterclass on the Craft Club Showstopper. If you have just joined us, we want, please, questions in the comments about anything to do with these craft clubs, which is going to help you get the very best out of yours when you buy it today. And also, if you could do us a bit of a favour, I know we always hopefully bring sunshine and joy and fun into your lives. Can you please literally bring some sunshine into ours today? We have no sun here, so if you are in a lovely part of the world right now, please can you just send in a picture of the sun so we can remember what it looks like. And if you want to tell us how warm it is where you are as well, we would love that too. We just need warming up and need a bit of the sunshine, even if it is only going to be in picture form. It's not just me over the course of the next hour as well. We have lovely Lily here. And like I said, Lily, we're happy to kind of take questions. I know you've got some demos lined up, but if anyone wants to see sort of anything in particular, you know, if they want to see the embossing folder again or a particular die cut, you're quite happy to do that, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I love the fact that our shows are live and interactive. Any questions, get them in. And please do not ever say, oh, it might be a silly question, because there's no such thing as a silly question. Any question, get them fired across. I love it when we can sort of craft a little bit rogue. So anything that you want to see ran through that die cutting machine, any question whatsoever about any of the craft clubs, let us know and we'll do our very best to get them answered throughout the course of this final hour. Can't believe where this time is going. It's flying by, just an hour to go. So get those questions in and pictures of the sunshine so we can remember what it looks like, because I'm struggling to remember myself at this point.
It's green, isn't it? The sunshine, is it green?
Don't know. I don't know. All I can ever see in the sky's grey. Also grey.
All the leaves are brown and the sky is grey.
Grey, very grey.
Right, we're going to have a look at the die cutting techniques bag in just a second, but before that, I just want to highlight and illustrate to you the deals, right? This is a warning. There's warning. There's 20 of these left, right? It's the 3D embossing folder from the Frosty and Bright collection, that gorgeous Christmas tree. Normally $6.99 or $8.99, 48p. If you are platinum. You will be not surprised to learn that on a lot of these items we're bringing in the outlet sale, you are getting them better than the cost price. Not really surprising, is it? 48p, $1.12. How many left of those, Nicola? I know I just said it literally. 20 left of those.
Get in while you can.
Will not be here on the show later. As I would be surprised if these are here. I am, as you know, one half of the Plaid Pad Lads. We've got the Plaid Pad paper pad with the Plaid Pad Lads. The blue pastel pad is 12 by 12, $6.75. That is $8.83, 35% saving there, less than 20% if you're platinum. Bonkers deals. And if you want to be able to recreate the demo that Lily did in the last hour and you don't have any, then we can offer you some gilding wax. Now, this is the Renaissance gold. Obviously, there are 4 different styles of gold that we do, and then the silver. That, friends, is a brilliant, brilliant price. And what you've got to understand again here is that a 30mm pot goes a very long way. So $7.19 and $9.41 is a 35% saving, less than 20% if you're club platinum. I mean, these will I mean, they won't literally last forever, but they kind of will last you years and years and years. So get yours today for that insane deal. And once again, if you're one of those people perhaps who's shopping on a bit more of a budget today, look at the deals we've got for you as far as stencils are concerned. The Graceful Snowflake stencil set, 79 pence. I don't talk in pence here on the channel. You know, even if we're doing low deals, it's always £1 and something. It's never pence, but today it is. 79p platinum, $1.59 if you're shopping in the US. That is another one of those deals that you're going to have to snaffle up pretty quickly, because once everybody else cottons onto these deals, they are going to go. This next one, I am warning you, will sell out. The Wild at Heart stencil set is a 6-piece selection there, 6x6 size stencils, 40p. 40 blooming p! Cool, blimey, Mary Poppins, 40p! 120 if you are shopping in the US. Just outrageous prices. I mean, I find it hard to, it's literally, honestly, stick your hand down the back of the sofa, you'll find 40p. Here in the UK, you can't even buy anymore a bag of crisps, I don't think, for 40p.
No, they're about £1 each for one.
Yeah.
That's
Mars bar.
Well, yeah,
not
that's
40p.
about £1. You're getting 3 6x6 stencils, 3 as part of that collection. 3! No, you're not. You're getting 6.
No, 6, yeah.
Because you're getting the outers and you get the 3 shapes.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. Get it while you can, guys, honestly.
The Kindly Thought Stamp and Elegant Roses, $12.99, 15 quid. No, you can have it for £1.20 today, $2 if you're shopping in the US. How many of those left, Nicola? I thought you just said.
Not many.
Not many, basically. I thought you said a number in my ear. She's got the
abacus out.
numbers. The abacus is out. She's just carrying the 0, just putting in the decimal point, just adding it by, timesing it by pi. What?
Oh, dear.
How many?
Uh-oh.
I thought you said 50. 5. 5 of those left. 5.
Get it while you can. It's not going to be coming back. Certainly not at that price.
Now, also next, the Mini Memories Decorative Accessories Die Collection.
You're kidding.
£15 or $17 normally for this. £1.59.
That's outrageous. That is an absolute corking set of dies. Super useful dies. Even if you don't create mini albums or scrapbooking or anything like that, you've got nesting dies in there. You've got tags, you've got corners, you've got embellishments. You've got so much in there. 12 dies for £1.59 or $2.39. Come on now, guys. If you've not already got that, even if you've already got that, get it in your basket. Get it for a crafty friend. That's incredible. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's hard to kind of, no, it is hard to kind of explain these, right? So this next one, just, you don't need us to say anything. This is the Christmas poinsettia stencil set. You know the ones where you get the big one, and then you get the border, don't you? And then you get the little icon. The biggest one is about 8.5 by 8.5, 79p. That is a tenth of the price that you should be paying if you're platinum. In the words of producer Nicola, that is just silly, man. Why? What we even doing, like? As proper bonkers, like, man.
That's uncanny. Do you know what? I would have thought Nicola just walked in the room then.
Yeah.
Blimey, it sounds just like her. Just like her.
$1.59, like. Why? What we doing, man? How we? Just buy.
Just buy. Buy it now. Buy it all. Buy it
Why? Just buy. And the last one for now, I think one of the most popular paper pads of recent times. And you'd be forgiven for thinking at that price, thinking, oh yeah, 6x6 for £7. No, it's the 12x12 Wild at Heart pad for £7.19, £9.59. We saw what happened earlier with the Dancing Dragonfly 12x12 pad, which we were selling off for about £4. We showed it, it went. That is what is going to happen here. Fast as you like. More of these deals coming your way tonight from 5. Basically, in just under 2 hours' time, we will bring you so many deals, but you will have to be quick. I have a feeling there is going to be lots of sellouts, lots of limited stocks, so I would shop now if I were you. Just before we go on to the die cutting craft kit, quick question from Pat, and it's a good one. I know we touched on the embossing folders, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So it's kind of like a, if this happened, what would I do? I've got a 2D embossing folder and I've got a 3D embossing folder.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one is which. How do you tell, says Pat?
That is a blooming brilliant question, Pat. Do you know what? We've actually made it super, super simple in this craft club, so you don't need to worry about it when it comes to this one. The 2Ds, we've actually popped the pink, so we've highlighted that embossed detail with the pink, whereas the 3D, we've not. However, if you're not talking about this craft club, if you're talking about any 2D or 3D embossing folders, it is so simple when you see them side by side. Stand these two together and you can see your 3D embossing folder is thicker. So you can see with that one on the right hand side, it's really hard to show with you guys at home. But what you'll see when you view that side profile, you'll see that the 3D one is thicker. Now, if you think about this logically, we like to be logical, we like to think about how things work. When you are running these through your die cutting machine, remember that with your 2D, you are having your 2 cutting plates, whereas with your 3D, you are having your 3 cutting plates, which is a thinner sandwich, which means your embossing folder has got to be thicker. So anything that's thicker, the thicker embossing folders are your 3D, the thinner ones are your 2D. And another way to tell as well is just open up those embossing folders and they will feel different. So when it comes to your 2D, you'll open up your 2D. And the simplest way that I can ever explain a 2D embossing folder to you is when you emboss it, that cardstock is either embossed or it's not. You've not got that middle sort of ground, that middle sculpting sort of dimension to it. It's either flat, i.e. it's not embossed, or you've got that one level of emboss, and you can feel there you've just got that one level. When you run your hands over a 3D embossed folder, I always think of it almost like it's been carved or sculpted. It's like marble that you've carved out. You can see the pits and the troughs to it. You can see it's got more of a rounded appearance rather than either flat or embossed, so you can sort of feel that as well. But the key way is look at their side profiles. If it's thicker, it's 3D. If it's thinner, like we can see there, it's going to be your 2D. Hope that helps.
Thank you. And just to reiterate, Kendall's just saying if Lily has that sanding block, I would love to have seen that technique, but we don't have the sanding block, sadly. I think if we would, you would have.
Yeah, so super simple. All you need to do with that sanding technique, anything that's got a different coloured cardstock, so you can get your core coloured cardstock like Coordinations that we brought to you many, many moons ago. If you've got something with a different coloured core, or even your mirror card, because don't forget with your mirror card, you've got that white back into it, so if you sand that back, you're going to expose that. So anything with a different colour core, all you're going to do is you're going to emboss that like you would normally. Take your sanding block and you're just going to go over there. You're just going to sand over that embossed design. Really simple to do. Sand it as much or as little as you want. Maybe you just want a little hint of sanding onto there, or maybe you want it fully sanded back. That choice is yours. Once you've done that, get somebody's bandage from down the warehouse, otherwise known as the dusty sheet, and then you're just going to run that over the top, and that's going to sort of get rid of all your dusty bits. Super, super simple to do with your embossing folders and your sanding.
Thank you so much. The Showstopper collection is the best way to shop to buy everything. You get your 3-piece collection, so every single of the craft clubs we've got on this show, but you're only actually paying for 2. The third one in the bundle, which we showed you earlier on this morning in Wake Up Call, is your die cutting technique. So this is number 4. I'll show you everything that you're going to get. I think it's really nice that you get your booklet with these as well. Within your booklet, you've got all of the different techniques in here. So there's actually 11 in this particular set here. Shows you how to create a beautiful dimensional butterfly. Shows you in here also how to create a creative card onto the front of a project. You've got the cutting out of your little bear in there because you've got the cute little bear, and then the dies to be able to do that too. Love the fact as well that it shows you how to use your edgeable around the box lid, creating edgeable gatefold cards because you've got all the dies in there to be able to do that as well, and plenty more besides. So there's kind of 11 techniques, 11 projects if you like within the actual book itself, and then you get the wee digital Craig as well, in the box, and he will show you, is it 3 or 4 techniques usually, isn't it, I think?
So it's between 3 and 4, depending on the kit,
but look, also in here, you're going to get your cute little stamp set. So there's that little wee bear, and what...
Is that Digital Craig? Is that what Digital Craig looks like?
Hey, hello, Digital Craig here. Hey, here's my paper hug. Hey, I love that sentiment though. This is a paper hug.
So cute.
It's so super cute.
I think that'd be really sweet as well to stamp maybe on the back of your cards, almost like a little signature.
Yes.
Really cute that, or on the envelope as well. That'd be really sweet.
And I just love that little one there again, sent with love. And then there's 18 dies in here actually. So you've got these beautiful frames in here. That die there and then that die there is the sort of outer dies to be able to cut out your little bear if you want to be able to do that. But you've got florals, that stunning butterfly that we saw in the booklet. You've got your love. You've also got sort of foliage. That's really cute. You used that in the last show, Lily, as well. That sort of tag banner die.
Yeah, super useful.
And a really lovely style in these as well, perhaps sort of a touch of Art Deco again. And you said earlier on about how it sort of reminded you of the old-fashioned the silent movies with the sort of frames that used to come up. And then you've got all of your edges to go in there as well. So 18 dies in total. Then, of course, you know, you are just jam-packed as far as your card blanks are concerned. You're going to get envelopes included in there as well. Plus, you will actually get sheets of 8x8 white cardstock as well. So that will come in when you want to be able to create those fancy gatefold cards, which I showed you in the booklet. Things like creating those box lids as well, you'll be able to do. Also really super cute that you've got your cardstock, but you've got your cardstock colours in like miniature as well, which I really like.
So those will be perfect for those smaller dies within the kit as well. Rather than chopping into a big sheet, why not use the smaller little scraps? They're going to be absolutely perfect.
Here's all your cardstock again. So that is included in 8x8 size, and then that you're going to get alongside all of the papers, and they are absolutely beautiful in this set. And once again, as Lily was sort of pointing out earlier, you can see how the detailed papers match up absolutely perfectly with the colours that you've got in your cardstock. So it makes it really easy, because I always think that, Lily, when we talk about things that people struggle with within craft, one of the big things is like colour matching and colours and what works with what. And as we touched on earlier, these kits allow you to be able to craft without having to think, because in the case here, everything matches, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And then as well, maybe that's going to help you grow your confidence. So you're going to take the papers from this kit, you're going to take the matching cardstock, and that's going to teach you about what works together. So then when you go outside this kit, maybe step outside your comfort zone a little bit, have a delve into your crafty stash. You're going to have learnt those techniques, you're going to have learnt those combinations that are going to work together beautifully. So it really is a learning experience with a fabulous kit like this. And look at those papers, they're just absolutely beautiful.
So you can get all of them that we've shown you on this show for that price there. If you just want to pick and choose, again, they're available individually, but the best value for money, as always, is the Showstopper. You buy two, get one free within that bundle, and then when you buy the Showstopper, you can choose to add a second one of the kits into your basket and get that for half price, so it's entirely up to you. The only one that we haven't seen on the show in action is the die cutting techniques. So should we have a look at that now?
Yeah, I think let's do it. Let's use this fabulous kit. Now, if you didn't tune into this morning's wake-up call, I appreciate for some of you guys stateside, it was pretty blooming early. So if you did tune in, then I will give you my little disclaimer again. I love this kit so much. At the end of the day, it's got nesting dies in, it's got butterflies in, it's got flowers in. Of course, I'm going to love it. I actually treat myself to 2 of these. I needed more papers, let's be honest, because they are absolutely stunning. But also,
and you don't have a lot of paper.
Well, yeah, I needed some more. But the thing is, I thought I need it for the papers, but the really, really useful thing is some of these smaller dies, it's really, really invaluable to actually have multiples of. So as we look at my set of dies, you'll see here I've got 2 of the butterflies, 2 of the love, 2 of the plaque, 2 of the flowers, etc., etc. So you will be getting just one of those home, but just to show you, if you do go for 2, you will be getting multiples of those, and it's really useful to have those when you are multiple cutting those icons. Now, I've actually popped mine onto magnetic sheets. Any of you guys watching this morning's wake-up call will know if I pop a set of dies onto magnetic sheets, it means it's a great accolade in my craft room. It means it's a really useful set of dies. So this means that I'll be using this die set time and time again. Just a couple of our Totally Tiffany, easy to organise magnetic sheets from the website. And then once I've done with these, they'll go back in that wallet and everything will be stored together perfectly. Now, on this morning's wake-up call, we had a look at some of those gorgeous nesting dies. We're going to switch gears a little bit, so to speak, and we're going to bring in one of these edgeables. Now, you can see on here we've got multiple different shapes of our edgeable concept, but we'll go in with this particular really lovely lacy design to show you the concept of how these work. Now, the idea with our edgeable dies is that they will cut around one edge of that die. So if we look at this on head on here, you can see on the right hand side it's got that cutting blade, but on the left hand side there's no blade there whatsoever. So it means on the left hand side our cardstock can be as long or as short as we so choose, because that side is going to stay within the cardstock. Allows you to create lots of different concepts. So it could be around the edges of a box, and that's something that you'll be taught as part of that booklet. It could be on a gatefold card, it could be on the edge of a scrapbook page if you've got your large Gemini Pro. Lots and lots of different options by having the cutting edge only on one edge. Also, no cutting blade on that left and the right hand side. which means that you can actually multiply this up if you so choose. If you want this around a really long piece of cardstock, then absolutely you can do that because you've not got the blade sort of stopping on the left or right hand side. So I've lined that up on the one side of our cardstock. I'll pop that right at the top of my plate. I could hear when that went through the die cutting machine. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, I'm going to reverse it back out because quite frankly I don't need to wait however many seconds, such a long time to run that all the way through our die cutting machine. Isn't it daft when we hear how many seconds it actually is? It's like, you know what, that's really not a long time at all. But when we're die cutting, when we want to move on to that next stage of our crafty projects, it seems like an absolute lifetime, which is just ridiculous. And especially when we're live as well, when we've got so much that we want to share with you guys at home. It just makes it a little bit quicker. So we can see there we have got our edge die cut into that piece of cardstock, that beautiful decorative edge. That could be the actual card base if you so choose. That could be on that right hand side of a card base, it could be on the bottom. That choice is entirely yours. But all we've gone ahead and done already is we've done exactly the same onto the other side of our cardstock. So we've got that gorgeous decorative border on both the left and the right hand sides. Now you do get your card blanks included as part of this kit as well. And these ones you do get a 5.5 inch square, and then this one is 5.5 by 4.5. Now any of our lovely US viewers, I think this is a US size of card base, but I can't remember which. 4.5 by 5.5 inches. If anyone wants to let us know, get it in the comments, because I do think it is a size that you guys use stateside quite a lot. But I can't quite remember. But for you guys in the UK, it's 4.25 by 5.5 inch. And you get both the top fold, which is what we're using here, and you do also get the side fold as well. So it's nice to have the choices with your different card bases. A piece of that lovely lavendery sort of card stock onto our panel there. It's the same height, so it's the same height with it being 5.5 inches. But we've just chopped that down to 4, so we've got it being 1/4 of an inch narrower. Some foam tape is going to go onto the back of this panel here, just to raise that up from our backing piece, and it's going to cast that nice drop shadow underneath where we've got that gorgeous die cut edge. So let's just peel the backing off of our foam pads. Now I probably would go in with some of our foam tape if I was crafting at home, but I have to say I have run out of foam tape, probably because I hammered it so much on this morning's show.
Hammered it, I love it.
Is that probably quite a British expression, isn't it?
It is, absolutely hammered it.
Absolutely hammered. Poor guys watching stateside probably thinking, what on earth is she on about? Basically, I used a lot of foam tape, but that goes without saying with me. You can see there we've got that gorgeous design built up onto our card, but we'll leave that to one side while we start to work on some more of our die cuts. So what we're going to do is going to bring in some of our coloured card. I mean, let's be honest, a true scrap there. Nothing going to waste once again. So we've got our scrap of pink onto there. We've got our butterfly, and these are really clever in the fact that we've got it actually separated into 2 dies. So you could be using that one die on its own, that's going to cut you that lovely backing, or you could be using 2 dies at once, where that's going to create you that gorgeous lacy butterfly, or you could even be cutting that detail into your cardstock to give you that cut-in element without that outer cutting line. So that choice is really yours when it comes to how you are working with these. But here we're going to die cut them together, so it's going to give us that really nice lacy piece. So let's just tape those 2 together. Super important with dies like that you do actually tape them down as they go through your die cutting machine. We're also going to die cut the love from white, and we're also going to die cut that lovely little sort of tag or plaque, whatever you want it to be. It's great for popping your sentiments onto. And with this one, it does actually emboss where you can see the holes in the die. It does emboss through there, and it allows you to ink through that design as well, to give you even more detail if you so choose onto that die cut design. So running that through our die cutting machine, the white cardstock is also included as part of your kit, so you're not even having to go through your stash and find your plain white cardstock. Everything is included, which I think is just absolutely amazing. So run that through, and that's going to give us our beautifully die cut designs. Just taking a moment to ease back that tape. Obviously using your low tack tape, it does get a little bit more tacky.
Just whilst you did this, I'll ask you a question, because I know you can multitask. Steffi's just asking.
Of course I can.
Steffi's just asking. Obviously, you know, we get the all the stuff in these little pouches.
Yeah.
She's saying, are there any items in the craft club that would be better or safer stored not in the zipper pouches? So I'm thinking, like, do you take the dies and the stamps out and store those elsewhere, or do you keep everything in the pouch?
I have to say, I keep everything in the pouch.
Right.
Because then I know that everything that I need is in that one place.
Yeah.
There's not anything that I've found that I need to store elsewhere. The only thing is, like you can see here, I actually store some of my dies on my magnetic sheets. But I do that for the die sets that I use most regularly, because I'm not being funny, but the thousands and thousands of sets of dies that I've got, I can't be storing them all on magnetic sheets. So it is kind of like the ones that I just use the most.
So in the pouch, keep them on the panels. And I guess if you get the folder as well to keep everything together in the folders is probably a good shout, isn't it?
Absolutely, because then you know it's going to be super, super secure. So not only is it inside each individual pouch, but it's also included in that binder as well.
And Lynn was just wondering, you know that sandit cloth?
Yeah.
Do you wash that, she asks?
I'll be honest with you, Lynn, I don't.
No.
You can.
You can, but we don't.
Yeah,
Or you don't.
I won't bother.
Victoria says, does the clearance end tonight, or will the deal still be available tomorrow? I'm not 100% sure. What I can tell you is, just get the deals today, because the chances are most of the things will sell out, I would have thought, because the prices are just ridiculous.
They are. They really are.
And just a quick hi to Tara, who says, woohoo, I've received my G2 on Saturday.
Woohoo!
Woo! It was delayed shipping, but the CC customer service folks were so nice and helpful. I did a happy dance, and I got to play a little bit. I love the new features of the G2. Yes.
Absolutely. Isn't it funny, because I thought I would never, well, at least very rarely, use that USB charging, and oh my goodness, I use it all the time. All the time. It was probably the new feature I was least excited about. I was like, oh, yeah, that's nice, but not really for me. I use it all the time, so it is an absolutely fabulous machine, and I love the raspberry colour. Let it be said.
Yeah.
Of course I love the raspberry colour. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, enjoy your new machine. And as well, let us know what you're making. Are you making anything in particular? You're just having a little play? Maybe you're die cutting some dies that perhaps you've struggled with in the past through your old machine. Maybe you're putting them to the test in your new machine. Let us know.
Yeah. Kendall says, Lily, you said the gold, but what other cardstock can be sanded besides linen and gold?
Well, technically you can sand anything,
yeah.
but I would say anything that's got a different coloured core. So something like this, I probably wouldn't be sanding, because it's pink on both sides. But if you've got, I'll tell you, craft card's quite a nice one, because as we know, craft cards ever so slightly different colours on the two different sides. And I don't know if it's still available. We used to bring it absolutely years back. I mean, like years back when I started following Crafter's Companion. We used to bring a cardstock called Coordinations. And I don't know if it's still available stateside perhaps. And it was a coloured cardstock. It was slightly textured, but the core of it was a slightly different colour to the actual front, which was amazing, because you'd have like a yellow cardstock and you'd sand it back and there was like an orange core. It was so, so cool.
Yeah.
So anything like that. But yeah, give anything a go. At the end of the day, the worst that can happen is basically nothing happens, really.
Yeah.
But some cardstocks, they can sometimes be lesser quality ones as well. So they can be ones that you pick up quite inexpensively from like pound shops and that sort of thing. Sometimes when it's a coloured cardstock, the colour will just be on the front and the reverse will be white. Those are brilliant. Because when you sand it back, you get that white coming through.
Another quick one, which again we talked about in the show, but it's fine to reiterate. Does everything from the kits go through the MIDI, especially the embossing folders?
Embossing folder-wise, MIDI, you're good to go.
Yes, and I think all the dies were, weren't they, pretty much?
Most of them, yeah. I think MIDI-wise, yeah.
Yeah, obviously, again, just it just depends on the size of your cardstock, doesn't it, with the MIDI?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say all of them for MIDI, yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them quite for mini.
No.
But MIDI, yes. Yes.
Keep the questions coming. I love this.
Love it when we get
Super
questions.
Interactive this hour. Good work.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I always say, if you're thinking it, then quite likely somebody else at home is going to be thinking exactly the same thing. So get it asked.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know.
And you'll be doing everyone else a favour as well. And also keep sending us pictures in. We're after pictures of the sunshine today, because we haven't seen it here for about 3 years.
At least.
So if you could send
And that was when I moved up here 3 years ago.
It's you to blame then.
It's me, I brought the rain. No.
So yeah, if you could send in pictures of sunshine, if it's blue skies and sun where you are, send us a picture, let us know where you are, so we can share the blue skies and sunshine with the rest of the UK viewers here.
Yeah.
We've forgotten what it looks like.
Mind you, some people it sounds like they've got better weather than we have, but yeah, My sister, my niece and my brother-in-law, they went to Scarborough yesterday. Apparently it was lovely.
Was it?
Yeah. Apparently they had some rain, but they were just inside for that bit and it didn't last long. I thought, blimey me. It wasn't like this here.
I like Scarborough. We went there once last summer for the day.
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been to Scarborough.
Very nice. It's just your typical British seaside resort.
See, for us it was always Cleethorpes or Skeggy. Skeggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarborough is, I mean, Whitby's lovely. We went to Whitby as well last summer, but it was just
Whitby's
so
nice.
busy. I'm not even exaggerating when I said you could barely move down the street. It was so packed.
Oh.
Scarborough, I'd say Whitby's maybe more picturesque, but I'd say
Yeah.
the beach at Scarborough is probably bigger and better. Both beautiful places. Both
Absolutely
beautiful
they are,
places.
but yeah, do like the seaside.
Where did you say Skeggy and where did you go?
Cleethorpes.
What's Cleethorpes like?
Cleethorpes is nice, similar to Skegness, but it can get quite busy. Is the only thing. Mind you, they all can. If it's a nice day, they can all get quite busy.
That's it. Everyone comes out because we don't see the sun very often. you
But
see.
yeah, we've got to
So when
make
the sun
the
comes
most
out,
of
everyone
it.
goes to the beach.
Absolutely, we've got to make the most of it. Now I'm just fiddling around with my butterflies, just making sure I'm happy with the placement. But all we've got here is we've got a couple of the edgeables onto that backing piece. We've got a few strips that I've just used, of course, some scraps to create those. We've got the sentiment drop shadow that's part of the collection, that fabulous tag once again drop shadowed, and 3 of those butterflies die cut using our scraps, with that solid colour behind as our backer and that lacy detail from our white cardstock. So everything you need to create that card is pretty much included in that kit. Absolutely love how simple that is. That's just a take of that fabulous sort of step-by-step that you've got as part of that booklet. But just changing up the colours a little bit, changing up that orientation will give you a different look and feel, but very easy to create when you've got your fabulous die-cutting craft club.
Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely set. And thank you so much for the comments coming through. Ali Bell says, thank you, Lily and Ben. You are welcome. And Lynn says, the butterfly die looks like it would be a great die set to use with the illusion film. It's lovely to see that you guys are kind of getting the ideas coming in already with this collection and thinking how it's going to help your crafty lives as well. Just to reiterate again, so we've gone through all 3 now in the show, which is super handy. All 3 you get within the showstopper. Buy the showstopper, you get 3, but you pay for 2. So that's great value for money. £47.98 platinum, $47.98 platinum. And if you go for that showstopper, you add in 1 more of the individuals into your basket and we'll give that to you for half the price. If you do just want any of the craft clubs individually, they're all available individually, and worth bearing in mind again that you can also pick up that folder which is perfect, obviously, to pop your craft clubs in. That's available as an individual item on the website at 10:39. We have only got, just under half an hour to go on this show, and then we get ready for that big outlet clearance hour at 5 tonight. Please join us for that. You will not be wanting to miss the deals that we've got for you. A lot of them already up on the website, so you can check those out. So why don't you do that? Have a look at that section, check out the deals from this show, and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
By the way, has anyone, I don't know if anyone else notices, I keep seeing that various parts of my anatomy are covered in glitter. Becky Swan on Friday wore the sparkliest dress you've ever seen. And ever since then, I have been finding glitter in places I shouldn't be finding glitter. It is, I've just been told, it was all over the ladies' toilets. It is all over me. It is all over the chair in the green room. It's all over the sofa in the green room. It's all over the armchair. It's probably all over. You can see it there from that shot. You can see parts of it. You can see it on the back of that chair. That's Becky, what she's left behind. And I only mentioned that just now because I can see it on my hands. Thank goodness my wife knows that I work in the world of craft, because otherwise there would be a lot of questions asked. Pat says, congratulations, Ben, again on Molly's win of a ribbon at your local fair. Thank you. I'm very proud of Molly. And here's the thing. Friday is Bring Your Dog to Work Day. Who is up for seeing the village champion on this show? I could bring Molly in, right? And we could show her talent. We'd have a real life champion, or as I'm calling her, a chompion, on the show. Who's up for that in the comments? Molly doing sausage catching on Friday. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
We'll get the champion. I'll get her to wear her ribbon. Let me know. I mean, if you don't want her to come in, I won't bring her in, but let me know.
You'll have to ask her first. Does she want to come in? Maybe she's otherwise engaged. After all, she's a champion.
Well, that's it. No, a champion.
Opening schools.
Not a champion.
She could be opening the local swimming pools, you know, cutting the ribbon. She could be giving talks in local primary schools.
That's a good point, actually.
Inspiring the youth. She could have plans already. You'll have to speak to her first.
That's a very good point. Yeah, because she might maybe have other TV appearances, mightn't she?
She might.
Yeah. Well, I'll speak to her. Let me know if you want it to be a thing, and I'll get my people to speak to her doggy agent. Hi, Stephen says, warm and sunny today in Andover. And Just Dawn says, hi, Ben. Since I've been in Florida, I've just done a quick get-up of my orders place, and it's currently standing at 11. Ooh. I cannot wait to get back to the UK and open all my parcels. Kendall says, I would love to see Molly. Let me know if you would, sausages and all. What we do now, pictures? Quick pick check, and then we will do the final demo of the show, which will be on the embossing folder craft club. We asked for pictures of the sunshine, please. So Cindy is in Texas, isn't it? So we saw the first side of the picture earlier. So Cindy was obviously where the house was. Cindy, is that your pond in your garden? It won't have
beautiful, isn't it? Look at that.
It won't have an alligator in it, will it?
Nah. Doesn't like alligator water, that, does it?
There's no alligators in Texas, are there?
I don't know.
I'm not really very sure. But Cindy, let us know, A, gators, and B, is that your pond? If so, it's gorgeous. I mean, your house looks gorgeous as well. That just looks gorgeous. I want to be there.
Me too. We could broadcast from there easy.
Yes, we absolutely could. Better than our car park. Wendy is in southern Colorado.
Oh, look at the mountains. Beautiful.
That is beautiful. Again, lovely, like beautiful vista and scenery there, Wendy. And again, it looks lovely and warm. Thank you for that beautiful picture. I love all of this. Where are you, Carrie Spearman? This is Kansas. Apparently, well, okay, so it does look like it's going to rain, but Carrie tells us that it is very hot there. Again, a gorgeous picture, gorgeous skyline there too. Thank you, Carrie. I'm loving all these. And Corinne Collinstreet, this is Missouri. Now, what kind of a bird is that? And is that just a local bird that's flown onto your porch, or is that your bird? Is it, what is it, like a kestrel or something? I don't know. But thank you, Corinne. Thank you so much for sending in that picture. Always interesting when you guys send pictures in of where you live. So thank you very much. Right, final demo of the show, which we're going back to that embossing folder set with.
We certainly are. Let's do it. Let's go for a different technique. So obviously with that first demo, we focused on doing that almost like double embossing technique where I embossed with 2 different embossing folders. We added some ink, then we added some gilding wax on top. We're going to go totally different for this particular demonstration. And we're going to use this absolutely gorgeous damask embossing folder that really does remind me of something like your flocked wallpaper. It's just absolutely so opulent. With this one, it is a 3D embossing folder. If we turn it on its side, we can see it's a little bit thicker with the depth of this embossing folder. And because it's 3D, that means we need our 3 different plates. So that's going to be our base cutting plate, our magnetic shim, and our plastic shim as well. But we're not going to emboss cardstock for this one. We're actually going to emboss a piece of our vellum. You do get your vellum included in the kit as well, so you're not having to source your vellum from elsewhere. Everything is included within this fantastic craft club. And we're just going to sandwich that into the centre. I must say, when I'm embossing, I find I get a best result by having the hinge towards either the left or the right hand side as it goes through the machine. What I find personally, if I have it right up against the rollers with that hinge, sometimes it can cause, as that goes through the embossing folder, your cardstock can move and jump ever so slightly. You can get almost like a little bit of a drop shadow, like an unintentional drop shadow. So I find personally, obviously you guys have a little experiment, see whatever works best for you, but I find I get the best results by having that hinge either on the left or the right hand side rather than forwards or at the reverse. But do just have a little play around and see whatever is going to work best for you. Now, we have got our embossed design, and let's just remove our vellum from our embossing folder. You can find sometimes it can almost like stick a little bit just because of the static, but it's very easy just to remove that from our embossing folder. If we bring in a piece of coloured cardstock, you can see how absolutely gorgeous that is. Look at all the white work sort of detail. It's almost like you've taken one of your parchment grids and you've actually gone in with your ball tool and you've gone in and created all that amazing white work.
Stunning.
But that was literally just one pass through that die cutting machine, which is absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our card base in first. So our card base is measuring 7 inches by 5 inches. And just to frame this up, we've got a few mats and layers. So first up, we're going to mat and layer our lovely embossed design onto some purple. And then we're going to go onto black. So your purple cardstock is included as part of the kit. Your black cardstock is just one that I've already had in my stash. I know our Gilding Flakes Craft Club did have some black card in there, so if you did go for that one, you should have plenty of black card now in your crafty stash if you didn't already. So those are our 2 layers all together, ready to go onto our 5x7 inch card blank, which is exactly what we're going to do just now. So using some of our Collal All Purpose onto the reverse of that panel, and then onto our card base that I've just created using some of our multi-purpose white cardstock. So that's the mats and layers ready to have our embossed panel over the top. Now this is a really nice thick quality vellum, so it's a little bit easier to adhere in that because it's so thick. It's actually quite hard to see that adhesive on the back, which is brilliant because it just means it's a lot easier to adhere this to whatever we are going to be gluing it down onto. So some of that onto the reverse, just some of my tape pen. I find it's best to go for a tape when you're sticking your vellum down, just because you don't want something with a lot of water content. So a glue can sometimes cause your vellum to sort of wrinkle, which is not what you want. So your dry adhesives, like your tapes, your tape runner, your red liner tape, is probably the best way to go for your vellum. So you can see you've got that gorgeous design onto there. Super quick, super simple card. So all we've got here is we've got a panel of cardstock. So it's a panel of our white cardstock. We've matted and layered onto our purple and our black just to keep that design flowing.
Lily?
Yeah.
Cheryl asks, and this is a
Hello.
good one, which always comes up, because we're talking embossing folders, how can I tell which side to get the emboss?
Great question. Right, I'm just going to pop this down before, so I've peeled the backs off. If I put it to one side, it'll stick to my sleeve.
Okay.
So I'm just going to stick this down and then I will exactly show you. That is a brilliant question. Loving the questions that you guys
Yeah,
have
really
put
great today.
Absolutely brilliant. Right, okay. Let's bring in some of our embossing folders. So these are all the embossing folders that you're getting in your kit. Now, all you need to do is just run your finger over. So if you run your finger over this design, what you want to feel is you want to feel the dots are raised. So I can feel on this side, the dots are raised, whereas on the other side, the dots are recessed into your embossing folder. So if I wanted, let's imagine I'm going to emboss this tiny piece of cardstock. If I wanted the embossed on this side, I'm going to need to place that onto those dots that are raised, because if you think about it, those are raised there, so what they're going to do is going to push up through the cardstock and then to push out the other side, so it's going to be embossed. If I was to pop it into this side of the embossing folder, because we've got the dots recessed and the background is kind of like raised, if I pop this onto our embossing folder, blimey me, look at that for a camera angle. You can see I need my nails doing, blimey me.
Good job you're going to the nail bar.
Absolutely, blimey. So you can see with this side of the embossing folder, your dots are recessed and the background is almost like raised. So as this goes through your embossing folder, it's going to push that background up and it's going to push that through your cardstock, so your dots will be debossed and that background will be pushed forward. Exactly the same with any of your embossing folders. So taking your damask one here, if I run my fingers over this embossing folder, I can feel there that design is debossed into there. If I feel the other side, I can feel that design is embossed, it's raised. So that's the side. If I wanted to have the embossed side, I'd pop my cardstock into there, run it through, and then that side would come out embossed, that side would be debossed. Hopefully, Shaz, that helps. All you need to do is just give your folder a little bit of a stroke and basically feel which side is the embossed, which side is the debossed. Hopefully that does help you.
Thank you.
But great question, we love it. Love the questions. So back to the card, we have got our vellum embossed as our background, and then we have got our panel onto there. I've just taken one of my art liners in black, and I've added a little bit of faux stitching along the edges of that piece, just to finish it off, add a little bit of extra detail. Now we've taken one of these sentiment stamps from the kit, we've stamped that onto a die cut circle, and we've done that same technique all around the edge of bringing in some of that faux stitching just to get everything tying together quite nicely. I was kind of thinking, if you look into the embossing folder, you've got those little dots on there that almost like echo that faux stitching, so everything is tying together quite nicely. And then we've got our thank you matte and layered onto our black and then onto our purple, and that's just going to go into the centre, not into the centre, just sort of slightly higher up with our placement there. Foam pad onto the reverse, and that's just going to be stuck onto that strip. And then just as our final finishing touch, I've taken a couple of little sort of strips of cardstock that I've cut almost into like ribbon strips. We'll give that a little bit of a shape just to curve the edge of that to give it a little bit of movement. A bit of glue just to the top, we don't want to stick down the bottom, we don't want to lose that movement that we've just added in. And we'll have that there, almost a little bit like a rosette. So this is a card from Molly, our champion, with the little rosette on there. Champion.
Lots of people want to see her, funnily enough, on Friday. So
let's hope she's available, eh? Let's hope.
Let's hope she's not already been booked, yeah.
We don't want to double book, do we?
No.
I mean, maybe if she's booked for something for the afternoon, we should still be fine. Be there for a bit on wake-up call. Get off for the afternoon. But there we go. Really simple, clean and simple, quick and easy card. Using just one of those embossing folders with some of the cardstock in the kit and your sentiment stamp as well. But how amazing does it look embossing your vellum? I absolutely love that technique, but it is so easy to create. It's just the same as embossing your cardstock in terms of the plate combination, but you're going to get a totally different effect. It's almost like you've done your white work with your parchment, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Absolutely blooming marvellous. Lily, you are a great teacher, says Cindy Rossi Richmond.
Oh, thank you.
My sister is coming to craft this week, and I will use this show to make crafts with her as I have all the monthly kits.
What a great idea. You guys are going to love it. Let us know if you do create some cards, share pictures, because we'll love to see them. We really, really love to see what you guys at home create. Really excited for you. That should be super fun.
Wendy says, I mean, don't blame me, Wendy. Don't blame me. In Newcastle says, Ben, we now have a shower of rain. I think potentially you might have got the rain that we had earlier on. Maybe it's moving up your way. The forecast does look like it's going to stay drier again this afternoon, so fingers crossed. Paul Prince says, yes, we would love to see Molly catch sausage. Bring on Molly, says Cindy Condy. So much fun. Ness says, we would love to see the champion sausage catching Molly Collie. And absolutely we want to see Molly, says Kathy Lear. Kendall says, I would love to see Molly. I will speak to her tonight and I will let you know. But let's make that a thing. And Cindy Condy, whose pond we saw, says, yes, that is my pond. No gators.
Phew.
Just turtles and fish.
Oh, turtles. Oh, turtles.
Do you have a turtle?
Turtles. No, my sister has 2 tortoises. And they're just like a water tortoise.
A water tortoise?
Water tortoise.
Water
yeah.
tortoise.
Water tortoise. And it was the big tortoise's 19th birthday yesterday.
Ah.
Olive, yeah.
Olive?
Olive, yeah.
Tortoises live very, very long, don't
yeah,
they?
she's got a long way to go, but 19. And I remember carrying her home from the shop when she was literally the size of a 50p piece in a little plastic tub, kitchen roll in the bottom because she was quite scared, so she was weeing left, right and centre. Carrying her home from the shop, and my sister's had her ever since.
Oh.
She's so cute.
What do they do, like, day to day, like pet tortoises? Just
They love just wandering about. If it's sunny, she'll have them out in the garden. They just bathe. If they're inside, they've got their little terrarium where they've got their
so she lives in a terrarium?
She lives in a terrarium, yeah. There's 2 of them. There's the big one and the little one. So there's Olive and Gigantes. Bask in there.
And then you put them outside, do you?
Outside, yeah. She has like a little run that goes in the garden.
Not much, it won't be a run though, it'll be more of a walk, surely.
Well, that's true. More of like a crawl. They
crawl.
can sometimes go a little bit quicker than you'd expect.
Really?
They're not as slow as everyone thinks, and they're not boring. They're very sweet.
I love tortoises.
They're so cute, yeah. And like they interact with each other, they'll sometimes interact with the cat as well.
Do they?
Yeah, they're very sweet.
What do you feed them, just like lettuce and stuff?
Certain lettuces, and as a treat, fruit. They love fruit.
They love fruit?
They love fruit. Strawberries are the best.
I would
Mind
never...
you, Gigantes' favourite is mango.
I would never have thought that.
Yeah, they love it. I guess for them it's almost like dessert.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not allowed a lot of it, but yeah, a little cheeky strawberry every now and again. Yeah.
I love that. I love animals.
They're so cute.
Animals that I like, I just love them all. Cats, dogs, tortoises, guinea pigs.
Oh yeah, I love them
lot.
all. Like people think, oh, this animal, that animal doesn't do a lot, it's boring. They're not, they've all got their own personalities.
Yeah.
Very cute.
If I was like a millionaire and, I could just not work, I would have like a big house, like a big ranch with just full of animals.
Yeah, animals everywhere.
Yeah, horses and cats and dogs and tortoises. Maybe one day. When's the lottery next one? Tomorrow night, isn't it? Euro Millions tomorrow. I did the Euro Millions last Tuesday when it was £123 million. Then I got the message the next morning. You've won on the Euro Millions. It's like, yes! £3.
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Not quite 123 million though, is it?
Well, it could maybe get you goldfish down the fair. A few tokens, get yourself a goldfish. I tell you what, we used to have when we were little.
Don't think they do that anymore, do they?
They probably don't. Sea monkeys. Does anybody remember them? Sea monkeys. Did you have sea? Oh,
what's a sea monkey?
I don't really know what they were. They were like almost like little flies. They go in a little tank. They're not big enough to be fish. They're smaller than tadpoles, and they didn't really do anything. They were strange. I can't believe you've never seen them. Maybe your kids are a little bit too young for them. But yeah, my sister used to have a tank full of sea monkeys. Why they were called that, I've not got a clue. They didn't live in the sea and they didn't look anything like a monkey, but you
Sea
worked that one
monkeys
out.
didn't live in the sea. Didn't look like a monkey. We're going to have a look at some pictures in just a second to finish the show. Lily, your demos have been amazing today, says Rosalind. Just what sizes, says Dawn, were your mats and layers for that last one?
For this last card?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look. So we started off with our embossed piece was about 6.5 by 4.5. So your embossed panel 6.5 by 4.5. Then I always go up 1/4 of an inch increments, which means your purple is going to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Your black's 5 by 7, and then your card base is going to be 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. Hope that helps.
Right, we've got just a couple of minutes left in the show. Tonight, live at 5. That's an hour and 7 minutes away. Leanne will be popping on down from the main office into the studios here at Crafty TV, and we're going to be ready for what is going to be the quickest hour of the week. It is going to fly over because the deals are, well, like we've never seen before. It is an outlet clearance show. I have got here in front of me pages upon pages upon pages upon pages of deals, which we're going to be bringing to you. I would not be surprised if quite a lot of the deals that we've already got there are teetering on the edge of selling out. We've already had deals sell out in this show. These are just a few of the deals that hopefully we're going to bring to you in an hour's time. They might not be here. This deal, Kindly Thought Stamp and Die Elegant Rose Collection, there are 3 more of those left. So scrap that one off your list. If you're thinking, oh, I'll come back and buy that later, it will not be here. You need to be one of the next 3 people to buy this. Then that has gone. It is a beautiful 2-piece set, stamp and die, from the Kindly Thoughts collection. It's worth £12.99 or 15 quid. Platinum price for the next 3 people, £1.20 or $2. These are just an illustration of some of the deals that we've got for you tonight. Please go quickly. And what an opportunity again, like the next deal, the Broderie on Glaze creator card dies. The kind of thing which potentially you might look at and think, oh, you know, do I want that in my collection? Is that something I'm going to use? For £15 or $17, I could understand if you were umming and ahhing. For £2.79 or $3.59, just get it in your cart, fill up your baskets. Cheaper that, isn't it, than like you go to the supermarket, you wouldn't get a sandwich for $2.79 these days. Unbelievable deals right across the board. And as you've seen, it's dies, it's stamps. We're also doing a fabulous deal on the Fabulous Fuchsia decoupage pad. 36 sheets in here where you've got the ability to take out all of those beautiful Fabulous Fuchsias, lay them up, whether you use your foam pads or whether you're using your chunky glue with those, and you can create the most stunning elements and embellishments for your cards and boxes. Normally $7.99 or $9.99, £3.20 or $4.80. I hope I'm not spoiling the show for you later on, but I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of some of the deals that we've got, because if you're watching now, I think you deserve the heads up for those people perhaps who are just going to join us later. At least you know the kind of thing to expect, and you can get in on those deals before everyone arrives in just a little while. And we've covered, you know, all sorts of occasions, all sorts of seasons, all sorts of celebrations. Halloween is covered because yes, Halloween is coming, witches, cats and big black bats. Ooh, boo. He's in tomorrow. The All Hallows Eve die, the spooky pumpkins, $7.99 or $9.99. It is £1.19 platinum. That is, and we do not do this very often, you might be used to us saying 70% off, 75% off. That is an 80% saving before your Club Inspired discount. So take 80% off. Platinum, have another 20% off. That is £1.19 or $1.99. And this next deal, Lily, I know you've been looking at these as well through the show. This next one caught your eye, didn't it?
I mean, the amount of metal you're getting, I know it's that cliche, the amount of metal you're getting for your money, but honestly, 12 dies there, and all really useful dies as well, for £1.59 or $2.39. You're getting their nesting dies, you're getting tag shapes, you're getting closures if you are creating memory books, and you're getting those corners and embellishments as well. A really, really useful set of dies. Even if you're not creating your memory books, even if you're not even into scrapbooking, you can be using those on your cards, on your gift tags as well. Very, very useful, but honestly, it's meant to be nearly 15 quid and you're spending not even 2 quid on it. It's absolutely amazing.
£1.59, $2.39. Incredible. Thanks everybody for all the lovely messages coming through. Anne says, sea monkeys are brine shrimp.
There you go. Didn't know that.
And Cheryl says, Ben, the sun is playing hide and seek. When it's out, it's very bright, and when it hides, it's actually dark.
Oh.
And great show, says Cindy. I love the demos with the monthly craft kits. It's been a fun show, actually.
It has.
Really fun. Thank you so much. When are you back in on the show?
Not for a couple of weeks.
Isn't it?
July, yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure I'll be on a lot when somebody's away on holiday.
Debbie Fisher again going away on
Oh. He's going to get his turkey teeth.
Turkey teeth, BBO. This guy, 3 weeks on Saturday.
Oh, not that he's counting.
No. I'm going to be the new Debbie Fisher and just count you down to how long it is. 3 weeks on Saturday, 1 o'clock, 1:30, flying from Bristol. I can't.
Bristol.
Yeah, because we have to take the dog down to Devon, you see.
The dog to Devon.
So whenever we go on holiday, we always sort of fly from a southwest airport, leave the dog with father-in-law, and then when we come back, we spend a bit of time with the family as well. So
Double holiday.
Double holiday.
Oh, double
Yeah.
holiday, Ben.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is. And the sausage champion gets to stay with the father-in-law, which she loves as well. So because he does Sausage Friday there, so all good for the sausage champion. Sausage Fridays for the sausage catching champ. Anyway, thank you so much to Lily for a fabulous show. Don't forget to check out your deals on the craft clubs. We will be back in 1 hour's time. You do not want to miss possibly one of the biggest shows of the year so far. Certainly, if it's a deal you're after, you will not want to miss it. Our big outlet clearance show. Leanne is going to be coming in, so it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, and it's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, check out your deals from this show and have a little sneaky peek, look ahead to all the deals that we've got coming up in an hour's time. Until then, thanks for shopping, thanks for watching. See you in just a bit. Bye for now.